All right, welcome to another episode from the Chart Readers. So I am doing a viewer request here, and really, this is an interesting one. All right, the first one's Soundhound, and man, my disappointment. I would get so many more views as if I was just nothing but good news, good news, good news, and I talked about that 184 line potential. Things were getting a little scary here, and today. Again, just a single day, right? Like this is the first day under that 50, but man, that's a loud candle to say the least, all right? PIXY is the next one I want to talk about. We actually discussed that one a little bit on the Discord. There's some people that don't like it. There are others. Really, it's just me and another guy. So I liked it, someone else didn't, and I love that, right? Like disagreement is great. I say that literally on every video, right? Like let me know if you disagree, because hey, I might be missing something, right? So I think it's still worth talking, and I'll show both sides of the coin, all right? And then MULN. Okay, MULN is actually over the 8 and the 20 moving average. Now, I need just a little bit more, but the last 3 days, that's inclusive of today, so today, Monday, and then Friday, interesting to say the least. All right, so actually excited to talk about these three. Almost an extreme sway. One's not looking good, one's maybe setting up, one's kind of looking better, and it happens to be MULN, you know what I mean? But before we go any further and I give you more of my thoughts and opinions, what are we going to do today? Same thing we always do, right? We're going to look at the daily and the weekly to see how these things are setting up short term. We have our 5 moving averages. There are horizontal support and resistance lines that I do draw manually myself. And then when we are done up here, we'll use the MACD, RSI, and volume as our lower indicators. Hey, really quickly, if you can please subscribe to this channel, share this video online with your friends, comment good or bad. Look, I'm telling you, anything you can do helps me so much with these YouTube algorithms, especially if you can actually click the share button, because I'm actually not the best at doing that, all right? So let's get into it. And look, the Soundhound faithful, you know I love you. Right? Like, let's be honest, this is a small cap stock that not a lot of people cover. I really like covering little stocks where I can tell people are willing to hear both sides of the coin. You know what I mean? And that essentially means not ignoring the bad news. And it's really reassuring to say. There's a few stocks that come to mind across just my little section of videos, right? But this is one of them. And look, you know, first off, you know I thought we were going to be escaping, right? So I am not here pretending that I didn't think we were going to escape. The other stock I've been kind of talking a lot with is Mavis, and you can see Mavis, the 100 went down, this thing went up, hasn't quite broken them all yet, but like this is what I was expecting on Soundhound. And again, look, December 4th, it was kind of at the exact same place where this one was, that same little junction with the 200 up here. Instead of continuing up, we're still just living in the mercy of the 100, right? And what started to show itself was, instead of being at the top of all the lines, we started to find ourselves at the bottom of all these lines, all right? And one thing I talk about across any stock, this is not specific to Soundhound, but very much inclusive. When 3 or more lines, I only have 5, all right? Moving average lines, I mean. 3 is more than 50% of the 5 that I got here, right? So 3 or more is a cluster that I don't like. You start to become at the mercy. You go, look, you can even see it. It's just these 3, and we're at the bottom, we're at the top, we're at the bottom, we're at the top, we're at the bottom, we now slip, and we're now in this world of 4 now, right? Like, clusters are not what I like. Now, there's a little bit of a tornado effect where sometimes you go really high up, sometimes you fall really far down, sometimes you get sucked back up and go back up, right? And I show that often on Palantir. Lo and behold, it just happens to be in the same sector, right? But before this whole run, we were living in a cluster of all 5 lines for the beginning of 23. We were at the very top, near the bottom, extreme top, under them all. Back to the top, under them all. Lo and behold, we're sitting in the double that price, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, this was in the 7s. We're still double that price, right? So the cluster can last for months, and you can see it literally happened in the exact same sector, right? So that one was all 5, this one was all 4, and again, you saw the drastic effects. Today is a little scary because what did I talk about? I talked about this channel, right, from the 208 to this, when these two lines, it's called a channel in between two parallel lines, all right? Red, 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 green, 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 red, 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 whole mess of nothing, green, 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 red, 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 green, green. Like, this is a very fast up and down, very fast up and down. And we saw that on a single day today. We went from green, 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 green to, I mean, this is nothing, right? To a whole mess of nothing to red, 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 red on a single one, right? And what I really don't like, look at this. This 20 million sell day today was much, much higher than this entire run up here. I don't like that. Ooh, excuse me, a little hiccup right there. I really don't like that. Now, again, I started the video with it. I'm going to say it again. We still have not confirmed that we've lost this 50, all right? Under it, don't confirm. Under it, don't confirm. Under it, we still need to confirm. I can see this trying to make a recovery to like maybe actually almost as high as $2, maybe 198. I need this to get back over these lines before I'm comfortable again here, all right? This basically needs to get into 213 before we can really be comfortable here. And the crazy thing really is, I'm going to show NASDAQ. You know I do, right? Where's comp? NASDAQ composite right there. NASDAQ hasn't been bad these last 2 days. It still needs a little more. Like, I'm not actually believing the 8 and the 20 yet, but that was a good Monday. That ain't a bad Tuesday. You know what I'm saying? And clearly that's not reflected here. I don't even think I saw the Russell have a bad day. Russell didn't have a great day. Maybe the fact that the Russell didn't do as good as NASDAQ, maybe that had something to do with this. I think someone mentioned the Russell on SoundHound as well. I say as well because they did on Mavis. Yeah, today, look, today is something, like I said, it was a little bit expected. I don't want to overreact on a single day, but man, it's hard to not expect more bad here. It's hard to not expect this to come to basically, I mean, 177. I think that's it's probably the bottom. Yeah, 177. I think that's what it is. I don't even think that that's going to hold right there. 177, maybe 172. Man, hopefully 167 is the lowest this goes. I'm going to draw that line. I am going to draw that line, actually. And I'm going to zoom out to see if it does anything else. Where is it? This line right here. It's almost the bottom of that. It's almost half of that. Yeah, hopefully that'll hold. Maybe I can even lower. Give me a sec. What happens if I just lower it to that? It's basically the bottom. I'm going to keep my line. I like my line. All right, be careful. I think more things are telling me we're going to come to 167 than they're telling me we're going to come to 213. MACD slipped in the negative. RSI is working its way down. Wasn't that long ago. RSI was at a 13. We're only at a 37. Dang. Both are diverging, but the wrong way. Diverging just means the line's going away. I like green above red. It looks like green's going deeper. Looks like green's going deeper below, right? So, and obviously not a good volume day. So, the best expectation really, I think, is, like I said, 192, $2, 213. I think that's the 1, 2, 3 day attack here. Otherwise, it's hard to believe going down. Where are we on the weekly? Yeah, I mean, that was a bad way to end last week. We're under both the 8 and the 20 here, and we're seemingly confirming. Again, still a little early, but hopefully 174 can hold. Hopefully that's going to be strong enough to hold 174. Where is 174 here? Is that basically those two right there? Not even. Let's see. SoundHound. Hey, let me know your thoughts and opinions. I don't think I saw any news that justified this. Was there any news that I missed? Let me know that as well. Otherwise, hey, you know it. I appreciate your time a bunch, all right? PIXY is the next one. Really quickly, if you can please subscribe and share this video, that'd be much appreciated. My wife is calling me. Hold on. Oops, gotta ignore that thing. Okay, let's get into PIXY. All right, first things first. Look, I often say if you disagree with me, don't ever hesitate. All right, and that actually happens a little bit in the Discord today. All right, and I love it because it's actually a different set of indicators. I have not a lot of idea of what I'm looking at right here. This was a screenshot that was shared, right? And you know, I even ask, hey, what does it mean? I can't tell if you're pro or con. Doesn't like it. Hey, I'm good with it, right? I give my reasons, and I'm going to give them on this video, right? But never hesitate to disagree. Never hesitate to disagree with other indicators, other fundamentals, right? Like we're here just sharing opinions, and good things happen from that, all right? So this one's catching my eye, all right? And the first thing I gotta say is, man, volume isn't that good. I'm gonna zoom in just a little bit more to get rid of those two. You can see it, volume is very badly missing the 50-day average, all right? I know that this is the very last, the bottom of the indicators, but I have a video, I have a 5 golden rules video. I'll remind it and put it right here. If I, yeah, like, okay. Volume's king. And if you can't average 50 days, the average student in a class is not the smartest, not the dumbest, but definitely not, like, if you can't be better than average, if you can't even do as good as average, you're below average. You're starting to get an F or a D in the class. You can't even get a C in the class. You know what I'm saying? So volume is not good, and that's never ever a good thing, all right? That said, this is a little hard to ignore, all right? And a few things jump out, all right? I'm zooming out to basically here, all right? This red line, this 50 moving average since, I mean, January, right? Basically for the last entire year, from January last year to January today, we've pretty much been entirely under that red line. In the entire year, we've only been above it a few times right here, and you can see it. There's only one real good green candle. The rest are all kind of fake BS candles, right? We're also just coming off a reverse split. Maybe not just. October was at least a few months, but hey, October wasn't that long ago, all right? So there's a number of things that overall are actually not saying good things for PIXY. That said, today was a little bit of an important day because we've been well under the 8 moving average for a bit, for a number of days, well under. On Monday, yesterday, we actually do close above. Today, we not only confirm, we take out another couple moving averages. You know my rhymes, and there's 2 of them that jump out. First one is green, 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 red, 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 green, 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 green. This really could make a nice fast run from 7, maybe as high as 11. I actually think 945 is relatively realistic, and ballpark, you're talking about adding $3 on a 6 and, you know, it's almost 7, like that's a significant percentage up, right? You know that this red line, like I said, it's been a near impossibility for the entire year, and this little moment wasn't that significant, but wasn't that long ago that this happened. I like that we at least tried to attack it. I like that we at least got to the 100. Makes me believe that there's a shot. We actually almost silly wicked it right here too, right? So this stock knows how to bring millions of shares on a single day. Give me another million shares on a single day, and hey, like I said, we might make that run, all right? Again, going back to this chart here, yeah, I'm not even going to try to describe it. Like I said, I don't even know what it means, right? But again, I asked, I couldn't understand it. He definitely said downward pressure isn't ideal. He likes it to be the other way around. You know what I mean? So there's definitely good things to hunt, but just like I said with Soundhound, I don't know if you came, right? Like you can't get crazy scared from a single bad one. You can't get crazy excited from a single good one. I can see this coming back down to 661. I can see this coming down even lower to 615, all right? The worst thing that could happen is this. yeah, this cannot go below 580. If this goes below 580, we're going to go back down all-time lows. Like, there's a good little horizontal happening. There was a nice one right here. There's definitely a nice little one down here. Like, we're doing our, like look at this thing, right? All this thing knows is how to go down, how to go a little horizontal, and how to go more down, right? So we've got a good little horizontal building here. Can't underestimate it. And so look, this RSI is curving up nicely, but at the same time, we've been very low. We've curved up very nicely just to come back down again. We're now curving up nicely. The only thing that I gotta say, oops, sorry, zoomed in too much. This and this have a little bit of a different divergence going on. There is more divergence just means the two lines going away. I like how much this is going away because this is going away the right way. I like green going a lot away from red. We're starting to see that as well on the MACD. Still negative. We're not over the dash positive, but this ain't too bad. This ain't too bad. Oh, I wish this was better. This ain't too bad. This one's worth a watch. No guarantee it's tomorrow, but this thing knows how to bring silly volume. Days, you know, before being literally from 47K volume on this day all the way up to 2 million on this day. Sorry. Whoops. This thing knows how to go from no volume to big volume. Maybe we see that again here. No guarantee. But oops. Let's go to the weekly real quick. Okay. Look, the weekly has gotten over the 8 and gone to the 20, rejected. Gotten over the 8, gone to the 20, rejected. We're at the 8. Maybe we make another run to the 20. Lo and behold, the 20 is at that 960 number I think I just basically said. I'm going to draw this line. I'll delete it right real quick. But yeah, I basically said this line right here at 937, right? So I think between 940 and I'll leave that line. Why not? It's not hurting anyone. I think between 940 and 970 is the target for PIXY, but again, no guarantee. And make sure you do not watch this go below 580. Go down 580 and this is going to quickly lose 20%, all right? Let me know your thoughts and opinions. Otherwise, the last one, okay. I'm going to start by saying I have been extremely bearish on this stock for a long time, all right? I think it's easy to justify why I have been, and it all revolves around these two lines, the 8 and the 20 moving average, all right? Since right here, I mean, really, yeah, let's just say since right here, we have been under the two lines. You can see the green is super easy to see, and then almost every single moment we've been under that 20. Little insignificant one there, little insignificant one there, little insignificant one there, a little bit more significant here, all right? And that's starting to become the interesting question, all right? Is this for real? Okay, and there's just a little bit more than I need, man. Like, this is so close, but it's still not quite there. All right, so a couple first things. We have seen the golden cross before. So what's a golden cross? When a small line goes above a big one. When the 8 goes above the 20, when 20, whatever, that's a golden cross. We see a golden cross here. 8 has crossed above the 20. That is a bullish good thing for sure, okay? What I don't see is a back-to-back green candle. What I don't see is a monster escape above the big, like, look, this candle right here closed at 14.25, the big green number on top. Today closed at 14.32, a few cents higher, but we didn't destroy the biggest candle to the left. We still haven't destroyed this 8 and the 20. Look, we've been under it for under them, excuse me. We've been under both lines for so long. I really need a big candle to make me believe. I do. I need a big candle that makes me say these two are done. And I think it's more and more becoming this number. We can see that the 50 moving average is working its way down. I would love to trade Mullen above 1670 and ride it from the 50 to the 100. There is so much red. There's actually red, green, red, green. Like, there is a lot of reason to believe this thing wants to make a decent move up, all right? Nothing will happen until we get over the 50 all right, which again has actually been a impossibility the entire same time. We've never even come close to it, right? This was the closest moment and we were still unable to touch it, right? So that 50 ain't no joke. I'm still not a believer on the 8 and the 20, but this is definitely the best it's done in a really long time. Monday was an important doji, all right? This is what is called a doji candle, when there's a very thin middle with some sticks up and down. Thin middle, sticks up, thin middle, sticks up, thin middle, sticks up. We've basically been, for lack of words, doji, 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 got whatever insignificant doji. Like, there's been nothing but dojis here, all right? And today was a nice candle. Today was relatively large, almost double digit. Today was an important day. Tomorrow must confirm, all right? I can see this coming back down as low as 1340, actually. Yeah, that's my number. 1340 on the low side. What we really need, where are you? That's our number. We need to close at $15.02. You can see it right there. This opened the second line at $15 on the dot, 15.00. Give me a penny or two higher than that. Give me that and I will start to believe we might be marching to the 50 again. I don't know if we're going to get over the 50 yet. I think it's going to be a really hard line to get over. But hey, going from 14 to 16, I mean, that's another... I think that's at least another 10%, maybe even more, right? We're adding more than $2. So yeah, it's about 15% at least, right? So not too bad run if we only get there. And hey, I'll be honest, I have not even remotely believed, not even remotely like considered we might come to the 50 for a long, long time. So just that alone isn't that bad. MACD's not great, but it's not horrible. It's trying to get close to the zero, decent divergence. RSI is not horrible, and I mean volume's actually picking up. We can see that the 50-day average is going up a little bit. Again, I think some of that might be affected by that 100 reverse 1 to 100 reverse split, but I'm not entirely sure, and I don't want to be wrong and say something silly. So look, we've been extremely, extremely, extremely trapped on the weekly chart under the 8 moving average. We're still under it? Yeah, we are still under it. We're 6 cents under it, right? Couple days left. Hey, maybe this is going to be the first week we get over the 8 on the weekly. How high is that? Yeah, I don't want to talk about 30 bucks yet. I think a 2x goal is very, very ambitious. Let's just stick with maybe 15% hopes. But hey, at least there's green hopes in Mullen. You know what I mean? So let me know your thoughts. Let me know your opinions. Even if you disagree, I appreciate you so, so much. Thank you. Thank you.